If you're like me, you're both a lover and a customer of microbrands. The more I see from the up-and-coming brands, the less interested I am in some of the larger established brands that still think it's okay to charge enormous sums of money for timepieces that are neither particularly special or even that attractive. Sure, I think an Omega Speedmaster and Rolex Submariner are still highly desirable pieces with loads of history and decades of expertise. But could I honestly tell myself, or more importantly a significant other, that I would be about to drop $25,000 on a Panerai or a Tag because I like the look of them? That, my friends, is the very definition of a rhetorical question. Okay, so fair enough, I choose to spend my income slightly differently, so I'm not the target market for those brands. But I certainly am the target market for every microbrand out there that make great watches. So again, we have a brand new release from RZE, a brand I've covered many times before, both here on my channel and my website. In my recent interview with Travis, the founder of RZE, he mentioned after my interview that some of their early customer base feel that the brand is slowly creeping up in price and are not as affordable as they once were. Now, this is a brand where most watches are around a very affordable $500, but it is understandable that early backers of the brand feel this way. So what to do? Here's an idea. Celebrate the anniversary of the original RZE release on Kickstarter by launching an incredible value field watch starting at $219. Does this sound too good to be true? Stick around and let me tell you more about the Valour Field. So firstly, what is a field watch exactly? Basically, they are highly inspired by the watches that the military used to assign their soldiers with back in the day. Legibility was more important than anything else, bar solid construction that would serve the soldiers well in an environment that could obviously be extremely hostile in every sense of the word. Typically, you won't find the day-date complication, nor any complications at all for that matter. Lume will be restrained, perhaps since one could imagine super strong lume might mean you become an easy target, and basic straps made out of nylon or leather, and today, rubber is the approach. Honestly, they can be a bit boring for everyday wear in my opinion. But trust RZE to come at this from a fun and unique angle. I have both the blue and the white dial here today, so we can check out white and black print. First, a word on sizes. True to their origins, we're looking at a small 38mm diameter with a lug-to-lug of 45mm. Lug size is 20mm and it's only 11mm high. The dial is a pure, no-frills field watch with simple Arabics. A bit stencil-like to me, which again is appropriate with its military heritage. And an inner circle with the equivalent 24-hour numbers, small enough to not take too much attention, but large enough to be visible. The minute track is simple and attractive and also has subtle lume pips, which I'll cover a bit later. You might have noticed something straight away. There's no logo under the 12. Many military watches were built by various brands and often had no brand name attached, so there's some history here to respect, but I love this gutsy decision to not shout about one's own brand. But hang on, there is a little surprise at the 6th position, where we find a tiny little RZE logo, which also happens to be lumed. Again, stick around for the lume shots. This is a detail only an owner would notice in everyday use, and I love this approach. The minute and hour baton hands are large and easy to distinguish. They also have plenty of lume applied to be visible in the dark. You'll notice that the blue version has black hands, but the Photina look ensures legibility is still excellent against the dark blue. Covering the dial is a piece of sapphire crystal with inner AR coating. The AR coating on these prototypes is good, but not amazing. But hey, remember the price point here. So let's move on to my favorite part of this watch, the case. RZE has always made some super cool angular cases. I feel they have a futuristic aura about them. and the many lines and angles of this watch are so eye-catching, they really do stick out from the many other field watch designs you'll find out there. My favorite view is the one from directly above with that brutal angle of the lugs, and the side one is great as well with the sharp downturns. If there are any gamers out there, this is what I think Snake would wear from Metal Gear Solid, and he'd need those Lume pips whilst hiding out in a cardboard box. But sure, he'd have some shade of black or grey for sure. The signed and grippy crown is excellent and well protected with more cool angle designs of the crown guard. There are so many interesting lines and angles of this watch, and I feel this will ensure you don't get bored with your ownership over time. Let's again point out that even at $219, you still get the Ultra Hex coated titanium here. It will stay looking fresh and attractive for years to come. Whilst we're on the crown, you will have the pleasure of manipulating the Seiko NH38A movement with a power reserve of 41 hours. It's an automatic with stated accuracy of -20 to +40 seconds a day, but as with most of these Seiko movements, will likely perform way better than that. It's not too much to look at, so hiding it behind a solid case back is a sound decision, but one little detail to point out is the 100 meters water resistance. When backing your watch on Kickstarter, you'll be able to choose this pass-through nylon strap with a signed buckle, the blue one of which you can see here. It's a lovely shade of blue and comfortable to wear. The rubber strap I've attached to the black model is really something else. Most of these rubber straps are pretty similar and quite basic. This one has a few great design details such as the lion on top and the deep logo and patterns on the back. It's really good and easily my favorite. You can also order it with a bracelet as part of your Kickstarter campaign, I believe, and if you do, pick up this rubber strap as well, I'll say. Okay, the time for Lume has come. It is definitely the hands that will last the longest, but let's all appreciate the lovely touch of a tiny Lume logo at 6. So do RZE have another hit on their hands? I think this campaign will absolutely annihilate whatever targets they've set for themselves. We have an astonishing value watch that stays true to its field watch origins, but manages to add in some genuine individuality in a style, case material and overall design. Sure, this is yet another Kickstarter campaign, but it's from an established brand that have delivered great watches for a couple years now. They have a solid supply chain, great design and marketing skills, and there's no reason to worry about not receiving the end product in a timely fashion. The reality is that they don't even have to use Kickstarter again, but have decided to do so to celebrate an anniversary and hopefully also reach a larger audience. And if you're one of those, you're in safe hands with Travis and his team. To me, your only decision is if you order one in each color and all of the bracelet and strap designs, or just decide on one. And I wish you good luck with that decision. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.